What is time?
It's a pretty hard question, Jeremy. You want me to answer it? What is time? Well, in physics, I know it's like a fourth dimension or something like that.
How would you describe or define what time is?
What time is? Wow. It's that precious commodity that it's literally there for a moment and then it's gone. So whenever the Bible talks about making the most of every opportunity, I guess the older you get, the more you realize that time is precious. It doesn't last forever.
The first question is, what is time?
Don't know. Can we skip that question, please?
What is time?
What is time? I guess time is a way in which we demarcate the passing of our lives. It's how we, it's the space that we live in. People call it the fourth dimension.
What do you wish you had more time to do, and why?
Play with my kids. Have time to just sit down and actually relax and be unwound, to be able to connect with my wife. You know, it's hard for me to unwind because I am really a high-strung person, and so if I only get a few minutes, that's not enough, and I'm still going. So I wish I had more unwound time where I can relax and genuinely connect with my wife and kids.
I feel like my time is mostly spent of stress and feeling, oh, I can't get enough time. So I would really love to have more time to love other people.
Oh, I look back nostalgically at times when I could get out and enjoy the countryside and just enjoy those leisure activities that allow you to relax.
It probably would be to spend more time in the scriptures, but I'd have to say that lack of time that I have is because I don't make the time, not because I don't have it.
I remember Billy Graham said if he had everything to do over again, he would study more. I've studied a lot, and yet I still wish I had more time to study. And at the same time, I wish I had more time to intimately connect with people to make that study time really relevant to them. I would spend much more time with people, and I would spend more time studying, and I would spend a lot less time if I could, which I don't think I can, but doing the details of arranging those things, like I wish that they could go away.
For the most part, I am just doing enough to get by, so I'm feeling I might be wasting time at a certain point, but then it crams at the end, so I'm just doing enough to get by. So no, not necessarily. I think I could do a lot more to make my time be a better steward of my time. Just use it for better purposes.
When I'm not spending my time well, I'm longing for that moment where I spend it well, and I think that's what I do with most of my time. Instead of working and then longing for that rest, I do the opposite.
I well remember getting a letter from a dear friend when I started seminary many years ago, and he said, these 3 years that stretch out before you are precious years. Invest this time wisely and it'll repay dividends for the rest of your life. And just the way he phrased that about how I was going to use the time allotted to me in that degree program, it's actually made a lot of sense, not just for that, but for many things in life. That time is an investment, and if we invest it wisely, it repays all kinds of dividends in ways that perhaps we don't expect.
That is what we should be doing with our time. I mean, is it possible? That's what we're always worshiping. We're always bowing down at the altar of something or someone. And how we use our time is really displays who we worship and what our value system is. And so if you use your time for certain aspects, you're going to know where your God is. So I think they're inextricably linked.
Well, if it's true, as Calvin would have said, that all of life is religion, that's not just what we do on particular times of the week and particular days of the week, but if all of life is religion, then how we use our time is a reflection of how we relate to God and how we honour Him with our lives and with what He's given us.
Real worship, real allegiance, obedience to God is where you invest the rest of those 6 days to God, where you know that you're working hard in the present, and it's mysterious in a way that you don't know how God's going to use that time in the future for His own kingdom.
That the need for work-life balance is important, and that involves responsibility to family, responsibility to employment, responsibility to the church. Those are the big three balancing acts that we do, and to give each their proper place and their proper attention.
I think I'd like people to look beyond the immediate realm of their own life and to begin to think about others more highly than themselves, and think about the fact that God made them to be a person who's connected with other people, and they may have a resource in their time that other people so desperately need. We just haven't made the connection of that. And I see that so much when families and students step up and start operating in their spiritual gifts, and it absolutely blesses the community.